And welcome back everyone to Tier 2. I've not managed to get Rodri into the party just yet, but here we are in qualifying, and it's raining. So the qualifying is pretty much done and dusted. We have Justin taking P1 with a 29.5, almost a second ahead of the next car, Northern Canuck. Disgruntled over a second behind as people are starting to trickle back in, as I'm now joined by La Rodri. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going fairly well. How about yourself?
Good, all good. Watching these guys, they're a solid group, I will say.
Nice, nice. How, obviously I haven't been able to watch much of it, but how has it been looking in qualifying?
Quite interesting. They're close on top, and are you in the lobby right now? It just started to actually rain in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I caught as it started to trickle down, I think.
Yeah, but no, yeah. Justin has an amazing lap time right now. Northern a little bit, all pretty close to him.
Yeah, almost a second difference between Justin and Canuck.
Yeah,
Justin, Justin obviously did very well in the Tier 1 race up until he had to leave.
Oh, he did. That's right. He was in it. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it was with the first pack. Obviously, the leaders were gone, but the first real pack, he was in there, mixing it up.
Mm. No, it's a really close group. They have some really close times, though, from second to, I think, 10th. I
Yeah,
think probably
only
tens, hundreds difference.
yeah, half a second only between P2 and P10, so very, very close together.
The only thing I'm not sure if it'll be raining in the race. Probably be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I might have to sneak into a car if it's gonna rain in the race as well. Absolutely love the rain.
Oh, I absolutely hate it.
Fair enough. It's not everyone's cup of tea.
No, it'll be Spin City for me.
I love the wet. It just works. Dutch singing "Let It Rain" in the chat as well.
Well, actually, I think he does really well in the rain as well.
Yeah,
I think we
I
were in
think
a
he
race
said,
together, and whew, he was flying.
as William saying, good luck to everyone watching with an enormous hangover in London. So drink in moderation, kids.
No, it should definitely be a really good race.
Yeah, I think so. There is a risk of a Max Verstappen happening, so the battle for P2 will be nice, and Justin going off into the distance as Justin takes that pole position point, and Northern Canuck taking P2. Disgruntled Muppet and Heist Khan sharing the second row ahead of Maestro and Joe, Craig and Vinception, Villeneuve and Marchena. Then you have Dutch and Rusty ahead of Tafur and Tar Heels, and rounding us off is Salatosser and Baba Yaga starting from last as usual, not even setting a time.
Maybe he wants the driver of the day. The last of first challenge.
Yeah, he's doing that a lot, but obviously on this track especially it could pay out because turn 1 and 2 is very, very tricky, and we saw in Tier 1 there was a few contacts in the second part of Sector 1 in that
Yeah,
snakehead before
very
the long
tricky.
straight.
Yeah, very tricky those first couple corners.
Yeah, it bunches up, so you have to really pay attention and be on your toes.
Yeah, I won't lie. I had to do quite a bit of maneuvering to avoid people. and some extra caution on the brakes.
Yeah, it's looking overcast, so we might see some rain.
Ooh, dry to wet, hopefully. That would be even more interesting.
Yeah. Question is, what has everyone done with the setup in case there is rain then? Have you sacrificed the dry pace, or are you sacrificing the wet pace? That is the question.
That is the question. And also what tires you would start on in case it starts raining afterwards.
Yeah, that is also very important. Based on the fact that there is a couple of hours, the rain might not even come, or it will come very late. But a lot of softs compared to, especially in Tier 1, where there was basically only mediums, except for 4 drivers.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, I started on hards.
Yeah, I saw you and someone else had started on hards, and then we had 2 soft runners as well.
Yeah, no, the hards weren't that bad on this track, honestly. Softs are, of course, are going to be a lot more better, but hoping that there's no, well, hoping that there's a safety car probably in the middle of it in case those
Yeah,
softs start wearing out a little bit.
I was saying before that it should be quite rare here with the safety car, but then I remembered Season 8 had safety cars here, and obviously Tier 1 as well, so maybe it's not as rare as you'd think, even though the barriers here are at parts more some kilometers away.
Yeah, it's quite a wide track. It's yeah, like you said, it's pretty rare for a safety car, but we'll see, we'll see.
Villeneuve thanking us for the info about the hards. Listening in, getting some secret data.
Oh, it looks
Here
like they're
we
about to start.
go. The 5 red lights are on. See if Justin can get a better start than his teammate in Tier 1. Not quite. Well, it's a little bit of a better start, but Northern Canuck has got an amazing start and is in the lead before turn 1. Joe Biden trying to challenge on the soft tires, but can't quite do it. Oh, and
Ooh,
has a spin as well. And that is Joe
oh,
all the
that's
way
so
down to
unfortunate.
P15.
Wow.
And disgruntled as well, had something going on. Was spun even before turn 1, I think. And there's multiple cars trying to make positions up.
Yeah, Villeneuve is losing a position, right? Yeah. Or he
Gonna
already
put on.
lost one, yeah.
Yeah, I have a few position. Look at all that green. There's a lot of places lost for singular people.
Tarjo's had a really good start, going up 6 positions. Rusty as well.
Yeah, Rusty is one of those that always starts very, very well. Not the quickest in
So
qualifying
Ferrari's
always,
gonna make
but
a move on DRS, I think.
yeah,
On the
Heiskan
outside, oof.
on the hards, brave, brave man, but can't quite keep it. Maestro, of course, on the softs, the second part is always gonna be in his favor for now. As Gortos says hello to both of us. Tar Heels very close to is it Marchena or Marchena?
I would pronounce it as Marchena. Marchena, probably. Yeah.
That's the one. A little bit of a train starting to form here from Rusty down. Oh, the Haas goes off the track and Tar Heels manages to sneak through. I was a little bit worried that Marchena was gonna come right across him, but didn't do so. Oh, and Rusty
Oh, but he's
struggled.
making a move already before. Whew.
Yeah, Rusty's struggling. And
Well,
yeah, he makes
Rusty's on the
it.
hards, right?
Yeah, that
Let's
that
see.
would explain why he was
Yeah.
struggling. In the battle for the lead, though, Northern has kept up with. Well, actually, Justin has overtaken Northern for P1, but has managed to stay with him so far. Of course, no DRS quite yet. It'll be on the back straight on lap 3.
Quite a bit of a battle between Rusty and Marchena.
Well,
A
keep an eye
lot
on
of
that.
close racing around here.
Yeah, when the trains form, we saw in Tier 1, you can get a few lovely battles.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the tricky part with these winding corners that starts off as open and then closes off, it becomes quite common that you will get sideswiped, unfortunately. Oh, as Marchena has a horrendous exit, and Villeneuve is gonna
And
sneak
Villeneuve
through up
takes
into P8.
advantage, yeah.
As the DRS gets enabled, and Justin has snuck out of 1 second. Important for the championship leader.
If I'm not mistaken, Villeneuve is second, correct, in the standings?
That's something I can
I'll have
definitely...
to... Yeah, I'll look at it. Sorry. Well, he has quite a good gap in the standings. Between first and second.
Yeah, Justin is so consistent. As Villeneuve up into P7 with the help of DRS. Oh, and
Oh,
Marchena.
Marchena cuts that corner.
Yeah, it's so easy to do and actually loses a place from it. Tafur comes through up into P9. Oh, Marchena tries the inside, but Tafur cuts it off, but
Ooh,
the
Tafur goes
Tafur
a
has
little bit
gone
wide.
very deep. Actually gets a 3-second time penalty from it as well.
Now Dutch and Disgruntled are also right on Marchena.
Gord asking if I did catch Bass and Destroyer, and I did actually catch that on stream, so that will be possible to look back at.
Tar Heel actually passes F1 Inception. Or F1 Inception. His name is quite confusing. So he's now up 9 positions.
Yeah, I say
That's
it
a
as
really good
Finn,
start.
so it's
Oh,
Finnception.
Finception.
I assume, and it's just F1.
Oh.
It's fun. That's how I assume, at least. I have no idea.
I'm very used to his old name, which I think was Camo.
Ah,
But yeah, I don't know if it's F1 Inception, F1ception, Finception. Yeah.
there's thousands of potential ways of saying that, as Tafur actually makes his way up to P8. Oh no, actually, Rusty outbreaks him. Very good defending from Rusty, but it's on your
Tafur goes wide
teammate.
again.
At this point, wouldn't it have been smarter to let Tafur go and maybe just use the pace of the mediums? Maybe drag yourself away from Marchena and the others in this train.
DRS is actually closing in on Northern. I'm
Yeah,
guessing the
he's
softs are
using
paying
those
off a little
softs.
bit right now.
Goes a little bit deep in the final corner, won't get the run.
He does have the DRS on the next straight.
Yeah.
Little yellow flags.
Yeah, that is. That was
I
on the
think that was
start-finish
Rusty,
straight.
right?
Yeah, it
Not
must be.
sure. He's losing quite a few positions. Not sure what happened there.
Wonder if he lost it through the final turn, maybe.
Yeah, there's a 4-car battle between from 9th to 12th.
Yeah, this is what we call the RS train. It's
Yeah.
they are quite fun, except for the person in first and last.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it is important to be consistent on this track. You don't want to catch those track limits because they're very easy to get on this track.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places you're gonna get them, but in the places you can get them, it's very easy. It's especially in the first sector where you get them turn, what is it, 3, 4, 5, quite
Mm-hmm.
common. And then, of course, as we saw, the chicane on the back straight, that first part is very easy to cut.
A bit of side by side by Disgruntled and Marchena.
Tar Heels makes the move up to P4. And now Marchena, trying to make the move, but oh no!
Oh, did he get tapped?
Yeah, Rusty runs into the back of him, and he's lost a second already in Marchena.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so unfortunate. Yeah, this is the section where it's so easy to get track limits, because it's on every side. Either you run wide or you cut a corner. And also, if you get it wrong, it's easy to pick up multiple in one section, because, well, you have to be so precise. Rusty makes the move quite easy on Marchena after he lost the DRS. Tafur and Dutch battling in the chicane as well. Managed to catch that in the foreground, actually. As Dutch now gets back
Oh, that's a
past
nice
Tafur.
pass.
Disgruntled having a look as well. Has put his nose there, but not quite able to keep it there. Tafur giving good space, though. Very respectable driving from these guys.
Ooh, quite close right there. Wow. A
Disgruntled
nice
trying to
reaction
put the
by
nose in.
Disgruntled.
Yeah, backing off. Very, very good.
Yeah, Tafur might be struggling with the mediums.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if they're running maybe too high tire pressures then. Having overheating issues.
Now
Quite
Joe
easy to do.
Biden is actually making an overtake on Rusty and gets it done.
Yeah, up to P11. After being in P15 after turn 2, so good comeback so far. As Finception gets past Heiskran in the Ferrari.
And Justin has a really nice gap on ahead of Northern. 3 seconds, wow.
Yeah,
Nice and
already.
consistent driving, yeah.
Oh, Baba Yaga's out. That's a
And
safety car
safety
again.
car, and Tafur also spins a little bit right there.
For good measure.
Yeah.
I lost it on the long right-hander up to the straight. Maestro and Joe is laughing right now. Those softs are starting to come to the end of their life anyways.
Oh, yes, they must be super happy. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Canuck
man.
braking for
That was
the
super
Delta.
close.
And I don't think Maestro was quite ready for it.
No, I was on my
Jesus
expert point of
Christ.
view.
Yeah, that was close.
That could have ended horribly, but thank goodness nothing happened.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. They will move on. Quick pants change in the pit stop as well. Uh, Maestro actually goes for the mediums. The top two has gone for hards. Quite a few medium runners. I would expect a few more
Yeah,
hard runners.
and there's still quite a few laps left.
Yeah, 20 laps remaining right now. It will be 18 roughly when we get going again. So that's interesting. The hards can definitely go to the end. They will be a little bit second hand at the end, but the mediums, I mean, it won't be fun.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a struggle towards the end, the last couple laps.
To be fair, they had already used their hards, so they couldn't really do much. Of course, if there is another safety car, they can do medium very easy and be very quick.
It's been quite an interesting race though. A
Yeah,
lot of overtakes happening.
yeah. This track usually gets a lot of flack for being boring, but in league racing, I actually think it's quite good. It might be a little bit boring to actually drive on because it's very flat. But it's definitely fun to look at because, well, you get a lot of overtaking.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, safety car will be in next lap.
Yeah, they're all together now, so it should be going in.
Well, knowing EA, it might stay out for the rest of the race. If it's bugged.
That I've seen that happen before, and it's so it's so frustratingly annoying. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the AlphaTauris they had a double stack, right?
They would have had, yes.
Yeah, because I think Tar Heels was right behind DRS when he came out, so he may have lost a few positions there, but does have the pace to come up a little bit.
Absolutely. The struggle is going to be, though, the others are on mediums. But it will come back to him if they, or when they reach 25%. And then
Yeah.
50, 60%. As we do get the safety car in this lap. So Justin is now in control. My guess is that he's gonna go out the final corner.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't give the safety car much room. Here it starts to slow down a little
Yeah.
bit more. I'm quite surprised. Most of the people just slam on the brakes, let the safety car go, and um, the safety car is
No, he's
basically in
taking his
before
time. Yeah.
trying to keep some heat into those tires. Of course, the hards are gonna struggle with the heating. And he actually goes on the entry to the final corner, so slightly earlier than I thought, but gets a pretty bad exit actually. Snakes a little bit, and Northern is actually catching a little bit. It's not going to be enough though to make the move, as Disgruntled has already made a move up to P8 on Dutch way before the turn has even begun, and the same for Craig on Salatosser, as Dutch has actually gone back past up to P8. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think Disgruntled had a little bit of a snap right there.
Yeah, must have done. Now Tar Heels is on the back of Villeneuve, trying to make something happen, and the leaders have already checked out.
Marchena and Rusty also gains the position.
Yeah, and Rusty on the mediums, but he seemed to struggle a little bit in the Tier 1 race, I'm not sure. His setup might not be the best. Oh, phone. This Northern Canuck is keeping up with Justin very well so far. Maestro is struggling even on those mediums. And Canuck actually picks up the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:33.5. Very good lap from Northern Canuck, keeping up with Justin. Let's see if he can keep doing it for this lap. As Tar Heels at the back of this train up to P4, where Finception is struggling to keep up with Maestro.
Yeah, disgruntled making a move on Dutch.
Yeah, up
on
the inside. Oh, and he's actually going to be under pressure, Dutch, from Joe as well.
Yeah.
Joe trying to sneak by as well, but can't quite do it. Dutch defending very well, but has the better exit. Has the better exit. How funny. That's Craig. And Craig tries as well, but can't quite get close enough to Marchena. Let's see if he can get on the second part, though. Yes, he can. Up to P13, Craig. But Marchena tries to come back, has to go around the outside. It's actually quite a good line though, and
a little bit of contact right there.
Yeah, and unfortunately Marchena loses out. And he goes into the pits. I wonder if there is front wing. Oh, and he speeds.
Oh, wow.
We saw quite a few in Tier 1 as well. I think there was like 5 or 6 speeding penalties. That only retires. Oh, lag. As Finception and Heiskran side by side. Oh, and bumps 1 and 2 times. And now Finception is under pressure from Villeneuve.
Right there.
Oh, and he's going. I think there's front wing damage. I think he might have some, because he tapped Heiskran 2 times.
Yeah, the NDRS actually gains the position, gets past Northern.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I guess the mediums are working out for him now.
Yeah, and they have kept up with Justin on those hards, especially. But of course, Justin can, in theory, go to the end. Meister is gonna struggle. So he needs to get by and get a gap, and then just pray. But at the same time, if he can stay in this DRS train and just eat up Justin's tires as well, maybe he can make a move as disgruntled round the outside of Finception.
Nice move. Wow. And DRS now with the fastest lap, 1:33.451.
Yeah. And Finception actually loses another place because of the no DRS. And the front wing does look intact, so...
Ooh. Just go wide there.
I wonder if it's like lime damage where it doesn't show up on our screens, but it has showed up on his...
Even that very, very light green can have an effect.
Especially when it turns the wrong way. Oh, it's Justin has lost the lead.
Yeah.
DRS Maestro takes the lead of Tier 2 in France. And Villeneuve up to P4. Heiskran can't quite get back at him. Oh, and Maestro flashing Justin with that ERS light. As Craig makes his way up to P12, I could see in the tower. I wonder if Justin is actually gonna go for it before turn 1, or if he's gonna stay behind and wait for the DRS straight. Actually, he doesn't get the best of exits. Might not even be close enough. No, it's not gonna be close enough.
Inception now with the 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That detection, or that pit... Oh, and it is a front wing. It is a front wing for Finception, so I was right. But yeah, that pit limiter line comes very early.
Yeah, it does. No, it does.
And also, if people runs over the little like speed limit sign, it's even harder to catch. As Justin takes the lead again. Quite an easy pass with the DRS. On DRS. Oh, Joe and Disgruntled tap each other. I just swapped over to that. That is very unfortunate, and Disgruntled has got it going again, but is down in P11.
Hopefully no damage on either driver.
Yeah, it looked like front wing to rear wheel, so hopefully it was just that. So a little bit of tire wear and tire heating, but otherwise... Oh, and time as well, but... Hopefully no, as you said, actual damage. And Disgruntled, it looked like he was going into the pits first, but he just sets himself up for a dive on Craig.
The inside, yeah.
Very nice move, and good from Craig to spot that. And not
Craig also has
turning.
the DRS.
Yeah, that detection point.
We're going back and forth right there, yeah.
Craig actually, after all of that, keeps P10 ahead of Disgruntled. Very good driving from both of them. As we could see in the in the background, the train of 3 cars in the lead. Maestro just sitting behind Justin for now.
Yeah, he's done really well keeping up with Justin.
Yeah,
looks like Zephyr had a spin in the back.
Yeah.
But he's back on track.
Managed to keep it out of the wall. So no safety car.
Oh, Disgruntled making a move on Craig. Gets the position.
Yeah, up into the top 10.
It's been a good battle with these two.
Yeah, they're giving each other... Oh, I just heard DRS Maestro lift off into turn 1 to not get by Justin. And yeah, he's keeping very close to him. Justin gets the better exit. And we'll keep the position for now, unless there's a dive bomb, but I don't want to be a witness to that. Let's go back to Disgruntled, who's actually very close to Rusty now. And we'll get the move up into P9. Oh, there's a little bit of a tap from Rusty. Misjudges the braking point a little bit, and it just taps that rear tire, but luckily no damage from that. I would assume at least.
Is hunting down Villeneuve. He's been getting quite close to that car.
Yeah, only 3 temps separating them now. Always looks like they're... When they go slightly wide, it looks like they're entering the pits. Oh, Justin!
I think he hit the wall. Um,
Oh,
yeah, he had a bit of a spin there.
I wonder if there was contact or if he just lost it on his own.
I'm not sure that DRS was close enough for contact.
I have a hard
Could have
time
been
believing it.
yeah,
You
could have
never
been
know.
just a spin. Wow, that's unfortunate. Wow.
Yeah, uncharacteristic error from Justin. But that shows he is actually human and not
Yep.
just Max Verstappen in disguise. As Dutch is gonna try and overtake Joe here. Goes for the outside. And gets the move done. Joe tucks in behind.
Yeah, DRS has a really nice gap right now from Northern, but like you mentioned, he is on mediums, Northern on hards. So we'll see how the tires look at the end.
Yeah, will be interesting to see if they can last. Tar Heels still behind Villeneuve, trying to make something happen. Heiskraan comes into the pits. Manages to not get a speeding penalty. And I assume there's gonna be... No, that's mediums actually. Never mind. So another set of mediums for Heiskraan. That's the one thing I don't really like about 50% races. It's a little bit too short for a two-stop.
Yes, I agree.
It's
I
just that
usually only
little bit
do
enough.
one stop, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like a two-stop without a safety car. It's unless you're very, very quick, it's
Hmm.
basically not possible because you don't have enough laps to gain back the time.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Atari is still behind Villeneuve, not being able to make the move.
Well, no pressure on Tar Heels, but if he could get past Villeneuve, that can be a double AlphaTauri podium, hopefully. But anything could
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, we have already seen Justin spin. I wonder, because obviously, if you're laying in this hot air for too
Mhm.
long, the engine is gonna start overheating and you'll lose top speed as well. So I wonder if he's starting to struggle with the engine.
Ooh, Dutch is right behind Joe Biden.
Tarhils is very close to Villeneuve now. Let's see if he can get the move. Oh, the camera is so bad in France. So long. There we go. Tarhils down the inside
Ooh.
and makes the move stick. Villeneuve is not able to fight back. Dutch is not quite close enough to make the move, but Craig has made a move on Disgruntled up to P8, but goes very deep and Disgruntled. Unfortunately, a little bit of a snap on the exit, can't quite get back because of that. And Dutch falls back from Joe a little bit. And Maestro goes into the pits now. So I'm assuming that's going to be a set of softs to the end. Has to be at this point.
Oh, Joe Biden also goes into the pits.
Yeah, it's on in the same boat as Maestro. And yeah, there we go. A set of softs comes on to that Alpha Tauri. pit is... It's a very long pit lane here.
Yes, it is. Really nice driving by Tar Heels though, and he's up 12 positions, considering his teammate just pit, but that's still a really good race by him.
Yeah, that is very impressive from Tar Heels. As Disgruntled is closing in on Craig with the DRS. And these two are still at it. Down the inside. And makes the move stick a little... Craig is a little bit laggy for me, so that's always fun.
Yeah, I see that too.
Oh, good. It's not
Hopefully,
just me then.
well, hopefully it doesn't cause any troubles with Disgruntled.
Yeah, all around the outside he goes. And actually makes the move stick. Impressively done from Craig. And this train for the lead is still here. Canuck keeping the lead from Tar Heels and Villeneuve. Because they have actually managed to get that gap down to get the train back. And Rusty into the box. Was also in the same boat as DRS Maestro. A set of softs comes on to that Alfa Romeo. Rusty is one of those who he knows how long the tires will last. He's very, very good at that.
Yeah, Tar Heels is now very, very close on Northern.
Yeah, they've managed to reduce that gap and catch up, get this train back, and now Tar Heels is putting pressure on that Mercedes. Craig and Disgruntled going side by side as well, with Craig being the winner in that battle at that time, but now DRS Meister on those softs has joined the party and is gonna try and get by this as quick as possible. Plays it sensible though and doesn't just dive it down the inside. Gets a very good exit compared to old hard runners, of course, and will probably actually get both of them before the end of turn 1. Yeah, up to P6. 2 positions in one straight. Very nice from DRS. But will be under threat, of course, come the straight. Tar Heels not close enough to make the move, and actually Craig is dropping really far back from Maestro.
Oh, definitely. Those softs are definitely faster than the 14-lap hards.
Yeah, Craig did manage to keep DRS and keep Disgruntled at bay for at least 1 lap. And I wonder if Tar Heels maybe is running a little bit lower wings, because he is always very close here, but he doesn't seem close enough at the straight.
Now Villeneuve is less than a second right behind these two. Yeah, anything could happen in this in this race.
Definitely, as Tar Heels goes round the outside into turn 1, actually has the move done before turn 1, and Northern Canuck is now down into P2, both on very old hards, and Villeneuve holding on for dear life on those mediums. They can't be fun now.
No, absolutely not. Well,
Yeah,
Chastain
struggling
is also
to.
getting closer too. He's gaining quite a bit of time on Villeneuve.
Yeah,
Oh,
5 laps.
actually, never
Could
mind. He's losing a bit.
might be running a little bit higher wings because he lost a lot down the straights. But of course, will gain so much in all the traction zones. As Disgruntled makes the move on Craig, as these two swap positions once again. We have two key battles. We have the top three for the lead, and obviously Justin trying to catch, and then we have the battle for P7. Maestro also soon enough is gonna catch Dutch for that P5. Villeneuve just on that edge of 1 second. Fortunately for him, the detection point is at the end of the traction zone, and he does fall out.
Oh, Northern may make a move or no? He's
Backs
gonna wait.
off. Yeah, at this point, the question is, do you wait for the final lap? Do you want to go on the penultimate lap and use all your ERS when you defend? It's very
Yeah,
tricky
because
to know.
they're on equal tires. Yeah, so it's a matter of who could keep it consistent and who could save up their battery also.
Yeah, Stafu has spun in the final section.
Also, DRS makes a overtake on Dutch, so now he's up in fifth.
Yeah, that was definitely just a question of when rather than if,
Yeah.
considering the tire difference. Canuck staying very close to Tar Heels. So we have 3 laps to go. Justin in the background, just trying to get closer to them. Obviously, if any one of these gets a 3-second time penalty, Justin is right there.
Well, I don't want to make a commentator's curse, but Villeneuve is known for picking up penalties on track limits. And I can make fun of him because I've raced with him quite a few times.
Amazing.
But here's hoping he proves me wrong.
Yeah, touch wood. I actually looked for something wooden, but I couldn't find anything. I guess my head works,
Yeah.
that's wooden enough. Canuck very close, but still just behind. Of course, the danger of going on the last lap is if you make a mistake, you have no more chances. But if you go on the penultimate lap, well, Tar Heels might get him back on the final lap. Disgruntled also very close to Craig. As we begin the penultimate lap, Tar Heels still in the lead ahead of Northern Canuck. Villeneuve has managed to get back, so I think the tires has reached the same drop-off point, because he seems faster than these guys now.
Yeah, he does.
Because the tire wear is weird in this game, so you can get back on pace, which is just hilariously fun because that's not how tires usually works. And yeah, Vilna might not be out of this yet. Just in 2 seconds. I mean, if they start battling, Justin might just be licking his lips.
Yep.
Of course, we did see what happened to Bass and Destroyer. They spun right around here. So, definitely something to remember for these guys, that it's better to finish P2 than spin and maybe lose another few positions. As we now begin the final lap of the race. Tar Heels still in the lead, but Northern Canuck right behind them, and Villeneuve as well in this DRS train. Justin losing a lot because of the DRS down that straight. We also have a battle for P7, but that is not what we care about right now. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, top three. This should be interesting at the end.
Oh, Norton has a mistake.
Although, yeah.
He
Man.
squirreled. Out of, what is
Oh
that, turn
man, just
4 or
what you were
5?
saying, right? If you make a mistake on that last lap.
Yeah, and now he's gonna really struggle to get past. Yes, he's a lot faster here, but is nowhere near enough to make the move.
Oh, he catches up quite a bit though. Wow.
Yeah, but now the question is, how much ERS has he used, and how much
Oh, is
has
he
Tar
gonna make a
Heels?
move now?
Round the outside, he's gonna go. Tar Heels obviously can keep the nose in, but actually drops back. Northern Canuck has managed to get by. Oh, they are getting very close.
Very, very close. Oh my gosh.
As Northern goes deep, and that gives Tar Heels the chance. Tar Heels is gonna actually back out of it. I thought it was gonna send it down the inside. And Northern Canuck is actually gonna manage to hold on and win in France. Tar Heels gets P2, Villeneuve gets P3, and Justin unfortunately gets P4 after all of that. Maestro is gonna come home for P5. Dutch is gonna come home for P6, even with the penalties. Craig is gonna get P7. Heiskram picked up his penalty on the last lap and is gonna get P8. Joe can't quite get by for P and gets P9. Disgruntled actually lost Craig a little bit there at the end and gets only P10, unfortunately. Rusty is gonna come home in P11. Tough race for him. Finception, of course, with that front wing damage, struggled, never really got back into the pack. Gets P12. Salatosser, also, I haven't really seen much of him, but must have struggled to be this far back, unfortunately. But will come home. Oh, no, he will come home for P13. And Tafun, I think, has run out of fuel because he is
Yeah, it looks like
trundling.
it. He's. Yeah, I think he did.
So we'll just wait for Tafur to come
Hopefully make
home.
it to the end.
In the meantime, though, who would you consider as a driver of the day? Whilst we
Oh,
have the time.
honestly, definitely Tar Heels. Wow, up 12 positions, and I think he also lost a few places after getting double stacked with DRS. But he still managed to make it up on podium. Wow, and what a race!
Yeah, I
How
can
about
only
you?
agree with I can only agree with you. He, as you said, he lost 3 positions in the double stack and only finishes behind 1 car. Beats his teammate as well. It's definitely a very good drive from Tar Heels from, what's that, 14th on the grid as well. So
Yes, it was, yeah. And of
that's
course,
the food.
unfortunate for Justin having spun right there
Yeah, he
while
looked
leading.
very secure at first and then had his spin. Game gives it to Tar Heels, well deserved. as we wait for the loading screen. There we go. A Mercedes. A happy Mercedes, Canadian. Oh, all American top 3. Come on, this isn't midweek.
Well, you have to represent.
Yeah, here we go. Northern Canuck, as we said, wins ahead of Tar Heels and Villeneuve. Justin P4 ahead of Maestro. Dutch gets P6 ahead of Craig. Highscram P8. Joe P9. And Disgruntled rounds off the top 10. Rusty got home in P11. Finn picked up the fastest lap, but won't get a point because he is in P12. Salad gets P13. Tafur gets P14. Marchena DNFs in P15. And Baba Yaga DNF'd in P16. Any final comments from you?
No, thank you for having me. And fantastic racing by these guys. Tier 2 definitely knows how to put on a good show.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously, thank you for joining me for your first comms in PRL.
Well, hopefully a few more after.
Hopefully. But that has been it for PRL for this week. Join us on Wednesday when midweek takes us to Italy, Monza, for a standard Grand Prix. Until then, I have been your host Jesper, joined with the wonderful La Rodri. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you on the 8th of May. Enjoy your nights, guys, and a goodbye from us.